same thing is coming for all of us. There is only one war that matters. The Great War. And it is here.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 8 discussion video. I wanted to do something a little different with this video, so I figured I would list 10 of the biggest theories that have yet to come true. I actually made this video about 6 months ago, but YouTube put copyright claims on that video and they will not overturn them. I tried to download the video off my channel, that way I could re-upload it as soon as possible, but I'm not able to do that either since there are claims on it, so I am making the entire thing over from scratch. My apologies if you did see the original version, but I am doing a new giveaway for those of you who want to stay until the end of the video. I will go over the details then, but let's begin. As we all know, there are probably hundreds or even thousands of theories, but today I only want to list 10 of them. These are some of the ones that I hear or see people talking about the most. They aren't in any specific order, but I think it's safe to assume people would like to know if these ones are true or not. Even if only half of these came true, it would make for an epic season. If there are any theories you like that I left off of this list, please put them down in the comment section as well. Now let's get started. Number 1. The Valonqar. This one is a little controversial because when Cersei Lannister met Maggie the Frog in the television show, they left this part of the prophecy out, which leads some people to believe they might not have Cersei die by the hands of the Valonqar. Cersei was told that she would not marry Prince Rhaegar, but she would marry the king instead, and that did happen. Cersei was also told that she would have 3 kids, and they would die. That has already happened too. The only thing is, they left one of the most interesting parts of the prophecy out, which may have foreshadowed Cersei's own death. In this part of the prophecy, Maggie tells Cersei, "And when your tears have drowned you, the Valonqar shall wrap his hands about your pale white throat and choke the life from you." Although they decided to leave this part out, it hasn't stopped fans from guessing who will choke Cersei to death. There are many different theories about who the Valonqar could actually be. Some people say it's Jaime Lannister, while others say it's Tyrion Lannister or even Arya Stark. Personally, I would like to see Jaime Lannister be the one to do this. I think that would be the most satisfying way to end Cersei's story. Even though Jaime no longer has 2 hands, I believe he could still do this if he truly wanted to. Number 2. Jon Snow rides a dragon. This is another very popular theory that has been around for over a decade. Now that the Night King has a dragon, I would like to see Jon ride a dragon and face off against him in the sky, alongside Daenerys. It has now been 100% confirmed in the show that Jon has Targaryen blood, so I think him riding a dragon is very possible. Not only does Jon have the blood of the dragon, but we have also seen him already begin to form a bond with the dragons. Daenerys only has 2 dragons left, and she can't ride both of them at the same time. Someone needs to ride Rhaegal into battle. The Night King was able to take down Viserion with ease, but I think it would be much harder if all of the dragons had riders. We know Rhaegal was named after Rhaegar, which is Jon's father, so it makes sense to me that Jon would ride that dragon. Now that we only have 6 episodes left, HBO needs to make this happen at least one time before the show ends. Number 3. Cleganebowl. Fans have been wanting to see how this showdown will end ever since Season 1, but the hype for Cleganebowl reached an all-time high after the Hound confronted his brother in the Dragon Pit. When the Hound came face to face with his brother in the Dragon Pit, he told him he knew who was coming for him. He's always known, and that person is the Hound. He has wanted his brother dead ever since he was a little boy, and that time may finally come during Season 8. Arya Stark still has the Mountain on her list, and I know some people would like to see her be the one to kill him, but I would prefer if the Hound did the deed himself. That would be the most satisfying way to do it in my opinion, but I'm also not against Arya helping him in some way. If they want to double penetrate the Mountain with their swords, then by all means have at it. Number 4. Bran Stark wargs Viserion. This might be one of the theories that is least likely to happen, but it's still a very popular one nonetheless. Bran Stark is one of the most powerful characters in the story, and we have already seen him warg into many different animals, and even Hodor. But the ultimate showstopper would be if Bran Stark could warg into a dragon. The full extent of Bran's powers are still yet to be seen, but it's very obvious he has a strong connection with the Night King. We know the Night King was able to physically interact with Bran while they were inside of the weirwood net. but now that Bran is starting to learn how to harness his powers, he may be able to tap into the Night King's powers and possibly take over his dragon. Jojen Reed did say the most powerful warg could wear the skins of any beast that crawls, swims, or flies. So maybe Bran will have the ability to control dragons next season. Bran will never be able to walk again, but he can fly. Number 5, Daenerys Targaryen will have a baby. Now this theory is somewhat new, but there is more than enough evidence to lead me to believe it will come true. Ever since season 1, Daenerys has been under the impression that she can no longer have children, and that may have been true back then, but it is no longer true now. Mirri Maz Duur told Daenerys that only death can pay for life, and I think as soon as Viserion died, his sacrifice will allow Daenerys to have a child. His death will pay for the life of her baby. Jorah Mormont also foreshadowed Jon having children, and even Jon told Daenerys that maybe Mirri Maz Duur's prophecy wasn't true. There was so much foreshadowing over the course of Season 7, I would actually be surprised if this did not happen. In my opinion, I feel like this one is a guarantee, but we shall see. Number 6, King's Landing is destroyed. This theory continues to gain steam, and it's also been foreshadowed a few times. We saw glimpses of this happening all the way back in Season 2 when Daenerys had her visions at the House of the Undying. Bran Stark also touched a weirwood tree beyond the wall and he saw visions of King's Landing destroyed. Given the current state of Westeros, I think this is very likely to happen. Cersei Lannister has no plans of leaving King's Landing, and now that she has lied to Jon and Dany's faces, this may leave Daenerys no choice but to remove Cersei from the city by force. We also know Cersei has no problem with using wildfire to burn down her own city, so she might even do this herself. The Night King is also south of the wall and he's now riding a dragon of his own. We don't know where he plans on going, but if he gets anywhere near King's Landing, then the capital is in deep, deep doo-doo. Not to mention, some spoiler photos have came out, and in those photos you can see that King's Landing's set has been burned to a certain extent. It looks like only the top of the walls have been burned, which most likely means the fire came from above, by a dragon. When you put everything into consideration, I don't see it ending any other way. By the time Daenerys steps foot in the throne room, it will probably look exactly like it did when she had her visions, but only time will tell. Number 7, A Dance with Dragons 2.0. I think this one is almost a guarantee at this point, and let's be honest, a dragon vs dragon battle in the sky would look incredible anyway. This would not be the first time this has happened, but it would be the first time it has happened with an undead dragon. I don't even think I need to give much of an explanation with this theory. Daenerys has 2 dragons and the Night King has 1. At some point next season they will face off in the sky. I just hope Jon is on one of those dragons too. If you're gonna spend the big bucks on a CGI dragon battle, you might as well make it a triple threat match. Only in this one we need to see Jon and Dany versus the Night King. 2 dragons should be able to take down 1, right? Let's hope so. Number 8, THEON, the hero. I know this one might seem like a long shot to some of you, but THEON is a new man who is on a mission. After his showdown on the beach, THEON was baptized by the sea. What is dead may never die, but rises again, harder and stronger. I'm just gonna get right to the point and say this. THEON must kill his uncle Euron, even if he's not able to save his sister in time. THEON has been on a very long road to redemption, and it almost looked like his story was coming to an end after he helped save Sansa. But after Yara was captured and THEON fled, it was pretty clear that his character arc was not yet over. As of right now, THEON is on his way to saving his sister, but let's be honest, the odds are not in his favor. However, I don't think they kept this character alive this long to not have his story end on a high note, even if he dies in the process of saving his sister. In the end, he will not run like the broken man that he once was. Number 9, the Azor Ahai Prophecy. This one has been around pretty much ever since the first book came out. Now that the story is coming to an end on the television show, this theory is more relevant now than ever before. By the end of Season 8, we will find out if Azor Ahai Reborn is a literal and physical figure or not. For those of you that aren't as familiar with this, Azor Ahai was a legendary figure that needed to forge a hero's sword in order to fight the darkness that was sweeping over the world. Every time he tried to forge the sword, it would break, until the 3rd time, when he plunged his sword into Nissa Nissa's chest. When he did this, the sword combined with her heart and soul. Then it caught fire, turning it into the Red Sword of Heroes. The followers of R'hllor believe that Azor Ahai will be reborn, and he will be the one to end the darkness. Melisandre thinks it's Stannis, but when she looks into the fire, all she sees is snow. Jon even has a dream where he's standing on top of the wall, dressed in black ice, with a burning red sword in his fist. Melisandre firmly believes in this prophecy, but is it just another story that is passed down from generation to generation? Will Jon Snow's dream become a reality? I guess we should find out next season. Number 10, Jon Snow defeats the Night King. This is a theory that I really want to see come true. I would love to see the Night King get slain on the battlefield, or even in the sky, while they are on the dragons. Jon Snow and the Night King have had two very intense stare-downs so far, and at some point there needs to be some kind of a payoff. This will obviously not be an easy task, and he's not going to be able to do this alone. But if Jon is truly the one to lead the fight against the darkness, then he needs to be the one who defeats the Night King, 1 vs 1. Jon and Daenerys are on their way to Winterfell, and the Night King is heading that way too, so it's only a matter of time before they come face to face again. But the big question is, who will win? Like I said earlier, there are hundreds or even thousands of theories out there, but I just wanted to list 10 of the theories I see people talking about all the time. If there are any other ones you want to see come true next season, put them down below. Now let's move on to the details about the giveaway. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, so I figured I was long overdue to give something extra back to at least 1 or 2 subscribers. This time, I am giving away 2 different prizes, so that means there will be 2 different winners. The first prize is the complete Game of Thrones series on Blu-ray, all 7 seasons. The second prize will be the complete A Song of Ice and Fire book collection, all 5 books. The first person whose name gets picked will get to choose between these 2 prizes. The second person whose name gets picked will get the other prize. Just click on the link in the description, that way you can be entered into the drawing. The names are randomly selected by the website, and I will draw the first name in 2 weeks, that way everyone gets a chance to see one of my videos and enter. Good luck everyone, and thank you all for watching and supporting my videos. I really appreciate that. I also hope you have a great day. I will see you again very soon.